What up, guys? Welcome to the Overkill Underground. Here it is, episode 5. This was actually a great episode.
Great episode. Merge is always a good episode.
Merge time is good, right?
So, hey, wait a second. Before we go any further,
go ahead.
I missed last week.
Yeah, welcome back, Lance.
Yeah,
wow.
I missed last week.
It's great to have you.
Welcome back, right, yeah.
And I watched your guys' show. Bob was sitting in. You guys
Yeah.
put on a really good show.
Thanks,
It was good.
Nonetheless,
it was good.
You guys didn't mention anything about when Debbie first passed out, how... when she was like sitting on the ground and Joe recognized it, she was about like an inch away from his cock. Nobody noticed that.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
He was standing there proud, wasn't he?
He was like,
no,
Jeff, come over here.
He was teabagging her if he could. Yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, big teabag.
She's going down.
No, seriously,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I did actually notice that.
You did, but you didn't want to mention it.
I just didn't feel the need to mention. But no,
yeah.
I did see that.
Well, some of our viewers might want to know.
That, well,
especially
they
Rocco.
Might,
he loves that stuff.
They might not have seen that go down, but no, you're absolutely right. He was like standing over her.
Right, she turned her face. Her nose almost hit his penis.
They
right?
probably did. Yeah. Yep. It was awesome.
Dude, that's what he said, Jeff.
He went,
too.
Can you call medical over here real quick? That's what he did, man. It was funny as hell, man.
Look, she's overheating. She's only 98 pounds. She's getting hot.
Yeah.
No kidding,
You can
right?
Finish me off real quick,
Joe, you
Deb.
could tell just from that little nose bump.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, he's a special agent.
Well,
He's
dude,
a player.
we lost Caleb and Alicia in this whole thing,
Right.
which was, I mean, that in itself was ridiculous because, we expected to lose one more person before we entered into the merge because usually it's right at 12.
Yeah.
We enter into this one with the 13.
Yeah, we lose two.
Which that alone, that set itself off to kind of a ridiculous scenario.
And that was great how they played that off. Just an impromptu sort of Redemption Island. type
Yeah,
thing.
it was like Redemption,
It is.
but you're
It was
still in
It
the
is.
game.
It is a little
essentially.
bit like Redemption.
It was.
right?
Very good
She was
idea.
all by herself on
I
a-
love that twist in the game.
That was kinda
very
neat.
cool.
Right,
very
right.
cool to do. Maybe the best position in the game at this point.
I thought so, but
I
maybe
mean,
not.
If she'd get off her ass and get some frickin' water for herself, she's just dying. She's just going to die. That's all she's going to do. She's just going to be miserable. I thought we were going to have a crier there, Charlie.
Well,
I thought we were going to have a crier.
She cried. She cried.
I mean, it
She
wasn't
cried. She cried.
Yeah. I mean,
She had a tear. She
Goodness.
was dripping tears. for
crying
sure.
when she was laying in bed.
I'm
crying.
only 18.
You know,
I mean, I don't know
And
how
then,
to.
and then the cameraman
get
said,
it.
"Hey, you want to get up and talk?" She, "Oh, hold on."
Yeah.
she
Well,
was fine.
right. You got to straighten yourself out,
Right.
of course.
Goodness
So
gracious.
I was just crying because I'm dehydrated. No,
Just get up
because you're
and
lazy,
do
and
some stuff. I would be.
thirsty and depressed.
I'd be having a great time over there by myself, just chilling.
That's
relaxing.
exactly what I was thinking
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know,
Like, dude, you're by yourself. Like,
Yeah.
you can do just
Bullshit
whatever
with the
you
cameraman.
want. I mean, you probably
Telling a
would
story.
be. You probably would be.
Skipping stones.
And who's to say there's not
Looking for an idol?
Who's to say there's not an idol sitting out there?
Right.
Exactly what I
that
was
too,
thinking.
Charlie. But at the same time, when she comes back into the tribes, she's going to be the one man out, and everybody's going to want her vote. She's going to come in and be more valuable because she hasn't been there before. She hasn't been mingling with everybody.
Well, she'll
Especially
get
if
back,
she goes
and all
through the
she's got to
tribe-
do is ask.
It's
so
only
who-
been what,
who's
3
the one
days?
who's
It's
the
only
one
going
on
to be
the out?
3 days
Yeah.
before she gets
But
back in.
the tribe that just voted somebody off,
Is it 3 days?
they're going to welcome her back.
Yeah, because until the next immunity challenge, it's going to be 3 days.
She's not going to be by herself for 3 days, is she?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then she's going to
Yeah.
come back into the game here. She was
3
only over there
days.
one
Come
time.
on, 3 days is not that much. I mean,
By
yeah,
herself, I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're right. You're
Well,
by
there's
yourself.
a cameraman. You got somebody to talk
There
to.
is people around.
Yeah.
You're not completely secluded.
Just
and
get some water.
I mean, go ahead and
I could
pretend.
never be a cameraman.
Pretend
for
for those next 3 days. I mean,
yeah.
you could
Oh,
pretend
yeah.
for those next 3 days. I'm actually a survivor castaway. Like, this is what it would be like. I'm by myself. I'm out here. That's when you really, that's when you should up your game
Oh,
and
yeah.
think about
Focus.
the fact that you're playing a game and you need to focus. You need to think about, like, hey, if I can come back to the camp and really contribute because I had to live out here for 3 days by
All you
myself.
have is yourself
make
and your
fight.
thoughts.
And you really do have time to really lay out some ridiculous scenarios. And maybe none of those scenarios play out. But the fact of the matter is you really have time to think about the characters that you've played with
Right.
in your tribe and think about the possibilities. And she did, too. She talked about that. She went on about all day. I thought about, what's going on back at the tribe.
Yeah.
And that's, that was that's definitely part of it.
Let's face it. Julia's 18 years old. She's got no game.
She's
She's
not right. She's obviously going to be in this game is a little bit too immature.
Anna, Michelle, and Julia, the three female beauty alliance is no more.
It has been eliminated.
Pretty much done.
That's
over.
right. That's all
But
over
we
with.
did hear Debbie tell Cindy, there's going to be a girl winning this.
That's
So,
well. And
Do you
Debbie's,
think
I would not-
girl's gonna
Debbie's a
win?
character you got to watch out for. Debbie is dangerous.
It's going to catch up with her. All this talking she's doing, I think it's going to catch up with her. I think she's really gonna chit
She's
chat.
fine right now.
I think she's
I
being
think
careful
so
with it.
now,
I think
but-
she's being careful with it. To be quite honest with you, I really
You know
do.
what? Everybody
I
in
think
that tribe.
I think she's been really focusing on what she's very calculated. She's been focusing on
They've got a
what
good- they've got a
she's
good
saying
tribe.
to the she's looking at certain people, and she's not just blabbing her mouth. It might kind of look like that, but I really do think she's taking her time, calculating out, not really saying a whole lot to the people that she thinks she needs to keep quiet from. That's what I see.
Yeah.
She's smart.
She's very smart. I think the beauty tribe is just in trouble altogether.
Well, they got split up pretty
they've
well.
got split up.
They got split up pretty well. I mean, the Brawns, what?
They
Well,
lost.
are we going into
they
that
lost
then,
Caleb.
right to the merge?
The,
And
the,
so
the 3-girl alliance is no more.
Right, and
There's
losing
Kyle.
Caleb, losing Caleb was that was
Huge
devastating.
blow to that
was
entire
devastating
tribe.
to their
That
tribe.
That tribe's decimated.
I mean, imagine if he was there now
Because the Brains tribe's sticking together.
with Ty,
Right.
because him and Ty were a super strong alliance.
Oh, they were.
They were key together. But
But
now
I think Ty's got a new guy.
he's got a new guy for
Found
sure.
himself a new
For
boyfriend.
sure, he's got a new
he's
guy.
6'11".
He's 6'11".
And hey,
look how big his feet is.
So right,
Shoes are
right.
so big.
Let
so
me see how big your
The
hat
thing is that's exactly what we heard. We heard Ty
Yeah.
talk about Scott in a very,
Scott said
he's-
Scott was the one that said he had a man crush on
and
Ty.
Scott was the one that came
Yeah.
out and said, "I've got a man crush."
Yeah, Scott loved
Hey,
him right
they
off the
love
bat.
each other.
Yes.
Those guys are the new alliance immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Automatically,
Oh,
out
yeah.
of nowhere. They're both. Those guys are not. And Ty doesn't know it yet, but Scott's got the other idol.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing
Well,
right
Jason
there.
has it.
Well,
So,
but Scott,
Jason's got the idol, but
Does-
Scott's
does-
like with Jason, sort of like they got their
Jason,
shit
That's
going on.
Scott-
Well, that's true. That's
know,
true. Right.
Yeah. So I think that could be the key to this
Well,
is
Scott's
those
the
idol
only one-
holders.
Scott's the only one that knows where 2 idols
Yeah,
are.
and
True,
he could bring
true,
Jason
true. Right,
together
right.
He's going
with
to.
Ty, and then that could be
They got a super idol.
epic right there. That would be very
Yeah.
cool stuff right there. Never
Super
seen
idol.
before.
That would be
Super
epic
idol.
for I mean, for them to do something with that idol where they can
Oh,
end up
yeah.
using that
Oh, yeah.
somehow
It's gonna come to
really
play.
make a blind side that's
They could.
absolutely
I think
ridiculous.
I think
Scott's-
the producers
It'd be
are
awesome.
going to make sure that
It'd be
happens.
awesome.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to
I
happen
think
that
right,
way.
that's
It'll be
That's
epic.
why
You're
they
right.
did that.
They'll do that for sure.
And I think Scott's like I said, Scott's the only one. As long as he can make it to the merge, which I think he will at this point, they're gonna bring Julia back over to their tribe. It's gonna be Julia and Ty from the.
A lot of
from the
people
beauty.
like Scott.
Well,
They
Scott-
do. They really do.
Now,
A lot of people.
People
like
are drawn to tall guys.
Listen.
Tall people.
Anna's
People
gone.
are drawn to that.
True,
type of person.
true.
Anna's gone. There's only one person that knows that Ty has the idol, and that's Scott. Scott's not going to share that with anybody
No,
from the
no.
Brain tribe.
Not even Jason.
He's a
Peter's
smart
out.
player.
Peter's out.
Scott's there for himself, and even though he's with Jason, he probably won't share that knowledge right off the bat. Now, if he needs to,
Right.
obviously he's going to make that decision.
Mhm.
But right off the bat, he's going to keep that to himself. He's not just going to go blabbing his mouth and say, "Oh, hey Jason, guess who else has the other idol?" He's going to make sure that Ty keeps.
I don't know.
He's going to make sure that Ty keeps that a secret for himself. For himself, Scott's
He
gonna think
should.
and
Hopefully, Scott's that smart.
I would imagine. I think he
You
is.
think he
He's,
is?
he's not a stupid guy. He's even calculated in his thinking.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he probably
He's
is.
playing it smart.
He
right
is
now.
playing it real smart. He
And you
has
know what's
been
great?
the whole
He's
game.
Not doing
You know what's
anything
great?
stupid.
I don't think Ty even knows that he's an ex-NBA ball player.
Yeah,
Ty doesn't
probably
care
not.
about
He
that.
doesn't
Probably
care.
not.
Cares
No.
more about his
Yep.
shoe
he
size.
does care about.
He does.
He
Yeah.
got big feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 6'11". But yeah, I mean that's it too. He's
What the Ice Cream Man found an idol too. If we're talking about idols right now, the Ice Cream Man. What's that dude's name? The dude from
Neil.
the Brains tribe. He found an idol.
His name Neil, right?
Neil,
he went out. Nobody saw him. He's out there.
Yeah, that guy. He picked that thing. He scooped that thing up quick.
It made it seem like he found that in 15 minutes, man. He just
everybody was sleeping on.
They must have been. Because he ran out and he's just, okay.
Those smart people.
Just went out
I'm looking
there,
around and, there it is in the crack of the tree. And then he just runs off. Oh, I found another tree, and it was, there it was hanging.
Ty couldn't get a freaking tree out of the ground before somebody noticed that he was looking for the idol. This guy's out there.
No kidding.
He's already got a stick built to just poke the thing right out of the trap up on the tree. He just was already done.
Like I said, maybe everybody was, doing other things, and his job was to be out. I don't know.
Searching for wood or whatever the case may be.
Whatever,
I mean, that's obviously that's a legitimate excuse too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab some wood.
I'm going to take a shit.
And that's the thing. Hey, I mean, that would be the next best excuse right there. That really would be. I mean,
when you got to go, you got to go.
Ain't that the truth? You know, right?
You pop in, you pop out. You're in for 20 minutes, you're out for half.
And with the merge too, it's like you always see the person.
I mean, you got all day.
When the merge happens and you welcome new people into your camp, we saw Debbie step up and she's like, "Welcome to our new camp. We got this, we got that, we got this." Usually, when you do that, you kind of you either have a positive effect on the new people or a negative, and I was getting nervous for her there. I don't know. Yeah, you were feeling it too. I was like, oh no, it's could have a positive or negative, and it seemed like nothing really happened there.
Ty did the same thing on his tribe, but it was so positive because he's like, we got fruit trees, we got a chicken, we got this.
He's
he's
a likable guy.
Oh
period.
Yeah,
Ty,
he was like,
he's got a really great personality.
Here, I'll open coconuts
Gets along
for you.
with anybody.
Yeah. Scott,
everybody's eating coconuts.
Scott, if you touch my ass and push me up on the tree, I'll be able to get the coconuts.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, he was all for that.
No, those were mangoes. He was getting mangoes.
Mangoes, yeah. It was
it has like sometimes it has a negative effect, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, with Ty, it was positive.
But then again,
he didn't get one vote.
Anna was playing her card. She was like, "Oh, Ty was looking for the idol right away," and I don't know where it happened. Somewhere in Survivor, it happened where looking for the idol was like a bad thing. Like it was an evil thing.
Right, it switched.
I don't know. Like
it
before,
it
was like the smart
like that.
thing. Yeah, it was like respectable to do that. Now it's like this guy's an outcast. He's looking to vote us all out. Well, the dude's just looking for a freaking idol, and if he finds it and you're in his alliance, you're actually,
it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
I don't not like that whatsoever. You
got to explain that to your people in your alliance that you're talking to anyway. Like, hey, I'm going to go out and peek around for an idol.
Yeah, like you guys can sit on your asses all day.
Well, I think that's where things are kind of a little bit different now because it's not so much an alliance. Like ever since the last episode, we saw kind of the voting blocks thing kind of happen. You do see that almost kind of forming into this episode, but we haven't, we just entered into the merge. So now that we watch these people come together, let's see if something similar like that happens. It's hard to say, but, you could see something maybe develop into that again because, like you said, I think that has a big factor to do with it. When you see that the idol is suddenly a bad thing, a lot of the characteristics of what goes on in the gameplay after that, and there's not a lot of people that know who have an idol right now, but when the word spreads, that's when these voting blocks seem to, really take place. And so we haven't seen that yet, though.
I hope we don't see the blocks. I think we're seeing a really pure form of Survivor this season, which is very good. It's great for the game. And they had that little twist where they send the woman out by herself. I think that's great. I think right now we're seeing just pure alliances at this point, which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And Ty saying, you want to be careful when you come out and say, I got an idol. True. And then he played that card. He can never play that card again. Because when he plays it again, it'll be negative.
It'll backfire on him next time.
So this time around, he played that one card.
He doesn't need to share it with anybody else.
That's the first step to having an idol. The first step to having an idol is you reveal it to your alliance. The second step is the negative one, which is everybody else finds out that's not in your alliance, and then you get a target on your back. So at this point, he's playing it good, but he can't make that second step. Somebody's going to figure this out.
Well, only Scott and Cindy know that
Jason has the idol.
Yeah, Kyle Jason. Right. His name is Kyle Jason, by the way. So if we say Kyle
or Jason,
we're still talking about
the same guy. Right?
And I want to talk about the challenge, but Ty did lie today. He has a white lie on his hands now.
Nice.
That's going to be revealed because at Tribal he did say, because Jeff asked him flat out, Jeff, Jeff knows. He's worse than Jerry Springer.
I know.
He went out and he goes,
So
Ty,
right.
does anybody have an idol here? And Ty
I
blatantly
don't
lied.
know.
It was awesome.
I don't think there's any on the island.
Right.
No, it's great because that's exactly it. The thing is Jeff you can't tell me that Jeff doesn't know the entire
Oh, he's
scenario.
watching the footage.
Right? He knows everything.
Yes, he is.
So he lays out Ty's exact scenario to the T, right? Where we're gonna send this guy home here, And that's when Scott's like, listen, I'm already in my thing. I gotta vote Anna. Like, sorry. Like Peter's gonna I can't reveal that I'm
Against
those
three.
four.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Those
because
three.
Peter's the one that knows.
Peter's an asshole.
And
He is
completely, and
I can't stand
everybody
that
wants
guy.
to get rid of him, including Scott. Scott
Yeah.
wants to get rid of the guy, but he can't go that route yet. That's
Yep.
why Scott's not a dumb player. He's a smart guy. I'm telling you.
Right.
The guy is smart, so he's
and then
looking at this
He
thing.
told Ty, "Hey, you're not going home. You're too
He's
good around
telling him.
camp. Yeah,
And-
keep your idol."
And you know what? That's where the bond between those two, it's so
Yeah.
good now.
Oh, yeah.
Solidified.
It's so
right
perfect right there. You just cemented that sucker. And that's
yeah.
what's beautiful about it, really. It worked out great.
For
Because
Ty
I
as
was
well.
worried. They got the camera on his face and he's just sitting there, he's like, like kind of waiting, like, nope, he didn't bring out the
They
idol.
held
I'm
it
like,
on him
yes,
for-
he held
And
it.
Anna
He
had that
held
look on her
to it.
face, like, "Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna play it."
She doesn't have a penis, so
Yeah,
he's
she's
not giving
out.
it to you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the challenge was good.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah.
Good pickup on that, right?
The challenge was good, but the one thing they made a mistake of is that chick that's by herself. She should be allowed to come to the challenges.
and watch.
Yes, she should be allowed because a lot of
Yeah, what the
things
heck?
happen within the game.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be able to come to the challenge?
She should be because she's essentially a tribe.
You're by yourself, but
She's a tribe.
so you're one of the sit-outs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doesn't
She's
that
the
make
watch.
sense?
And
Right.
you
you're
always.
a
She's
sit-out.
not in redemption. Let's get that straight. It's not called
It's
redemption.
not redemption.
It's a tribe.
No, right.
Right.
She
It's
is
a tribe of one person, and that every tribe is
she should
allowed
have
to
been
come.
there.
And so, if you were watching, she should be allowed to come to the challenges. She
Yeah,
should.
don't ever do that again.
Don't
man.
ever do that, Jeff.
What is that?
Goodness,
She
I
should.
mean, it
have
just don't even make
no
sense.
more Emmys
right.
for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Don't make sense.
Do you think?
Terrible.
Do you think she could have at least seen who lost or won
Right,
the challenge?
that's
and she could
key.
say, "Hey, I'll be able to
Yeah,
mingle
that-
with you guys in a couple days."
yes, I
Wouldn't
think
that
that's
be a
key to the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. That
That's
would have been the
huge for
perfect
her.
scenario because that's the tribe she's going to.
Yes,
Yeah.
The
That's
losers.
coming to you guys
So
Yeah.
she's automatically able to take the next day or whatever and look at that
to recognize
and
that
say,
I'm going to
hey,
be with these people.
These are the people, right? These are the people
Give
I'm
her
going
a
to be with.
fighting chance at least.
She's not going to get the chance to
Nope.
converse with them.
So it's
whatever,
redemption
but she
now.
knows, right?
So now it became redemption when it's not redemption.
Right.
And I hate redemption. It's not called that. It's a tribe. But the challenge was good. I was a little worried about the heat because I saw them on the beach. They weren't in the shade, but they had them go in water. And all the strenuous stuff was done in the water.
Right.
And that's where, what's her name?
I bet when they step onto as soon as they step up at the challenge now, they're probably given a bottle of water. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead, strategize. Take a
Yeah.
couple minutes to strategize.
Here,
They
drink
give
this
them,
water.
Yeah, they give
Oh,
them a
yeah.
bottle of water before
Yeah.
they start those challenges.
Some
now,
Gatorade and all
after
that
some
shit, yeah.
craziness like last episode, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they can't lose another two people. That would be devastating.
we were talking
to
too.
Oh, boy.
Lance and I were thinking that Philip was a little bit slacking on that and throwing that challenge.
Philip.
No, Peter.
Peter
I mean.
here.
Peter.
You're getting
yeah,
Jeopardy.
Phillips.
Jeopardy confused.
Yeah, nice.
No.
nice.
Yeah, right. Peter, though. Peter.
Philip is kicking ass at Jeopardy. The guy won almost $100 grand in 3 days.
We could talk about that on the next show.
Boom, boom, boom.
We'll do a Jeopardy show. That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
We'll have Alex on next week. But we were thinking Peter was going to throw that.
Right.
But I think that
Peter
they-
did throw it. He threw it.
Well, I think they would have said something, or he
You
would have
think
said
so?
like
You
we
think
would
he
have
threw that?
thrown
He was
it,
talking
you
about
know?
throwing the challenge.
You
He
know,
said,
with
"Let's
the
throw the
puzzle.
challenge."
He was working with the
He
puzzle.
was working on the puzzle.
That is the key
yeah,
component.
I guess, right.
They
Yeah.
put 4 pieces down. Come
Right.
on.
Right.
Yeah,
That-
they
that's-
were really slacking.
That's real.
on
That is pretty pathetic.
That
right?
was like kindergarten shit
Yeah.
right there.
Come on. It was fishes going this way and that way.
It couldn't
Yeah.
have been. It couldn't have been impossibly.
I mean,
difficult,
Bob
right?
would have finished that in 2 minutes for
The
Christ's
challenge
sake.
wasn't hard. Peter threw it. He said he was going to throw it. He told his tribe they were going to throw
Right,
it. And
right.
every time every season we've
It
ever
never
seen.
works.
Never works. You never throw it.
Never.
away.
No, because somebody always figures it out, or you get voted off
Yeah.
because you threw the
Right,
challenge.
right. As soon as somebody throws a challenge, that automatically, and like you said, as soon as somebody finds out, that's when it's over.
That's a staple of a bad
It doesn't
guy.
work out.
That's a staple of a bad guy
right,
right there
you're-
when you throw a
right.
challenge.
Exactly.
You're a bad guy
Oh yeah.
instantly
Well, that's
right
why-
there. You know, Russell threw a couple challenges. Instantly
Guy's a
a bad
snake.
guy. Oh, I like Russell. Russell's a great
but he's
bad
a
guy.
snake.
But that
I mean,
was
he was a great bad guy.
that was
Peter's a
he
great
was
bad
great.
guy.
He was a great
So
player.
is
Russell.
Jason.
Russell was great to watch.
Don't
He
you
was-
think Peter's a bad guy? I mean, he's telling
he's
people,
definitely one of the bad guys?
You guys
right.
are going. One of you guys
Right.
are going home.
Right.
Period.
And Jason is a bad guy, but he's more blunt. But he's kind of like mingling
He's cordial.
really well with
he's
this
cordial.
new tribe.
The new tribe. After the merge,
Goodness, is he
Jason's
doing
really
well.
he is. He's blending in really well.
He, like,
Keeping
put
his
his,
mouth
like,
shut.
It's
yeah,
actually
he
pretty
did.
impressive for him.
I was
Yeah.
surprised.
Listen,
he knew
he's
how
another.
strong
He's,
him
an,
and Cindy
he's,
were.
he's another smart guy. I'm telling you, Jason's not an idiot either. You know, and for him to take advantage of capturing that idol when he did, I mean,
He's in a very nice.
he's
nice
in a good
spot.
He's in a good position.
Oh,
he
my
really
goodness.
is. He's,
And he's got
not
Cindy.
too bad.
Cindy's in a good spot. They're both in a great spot. And Scott can make it
Sydney's
to the
in a beautiful
merge.
position too, right?
Ty.
Yeah, those
right.
two. She could get caught though. Her
Peter's in
argument
trouble.
against Sydney.
Peter's without a doubt one
In
of the next
big
people out
trouble.
when that tribe loses. Right?
I think he makes it to merge big time.
Peter?
Yeah,
No way. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think they might lose the next immunity challenge.
Well, they get that blonde on
Doesn't
their team.
matter.
They're
She's no
definitely
good.
going to lose.
Yeah.
She's not a.
She's not going to be an
contributor.
asset.
Poor
so.
Scott is dragging that net by
Holy
himself
shit.
today.
Did you see Scott?
And he did
in
it.
the challenge?
He freaking
He was
he was a
hauling ass.
monster. He was a
He is a
monster at
monster.
that challenge. He really was. Just watching him run out onto
the
the
water.
water was impressive
Audrey
enough.
didn't
because-
even untie
right.
anything on
Nothing,
that.
right,
Nothing.
yeah.
She went under
She didn't
and
do
He
nothing.
didn't have
Battle.
to. He
Nothing.
didn't have to go under very far because of his
Yeah, right.
long arms.
Yeah.
And then he could touch the ground and walk on the beach instead of swim.
lot.
Just
quicker,
running
you
out
know,
there,
yeah.
right? Just running out there was the impressive part because he was halfway out there and his legs are still above the water. You're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
damn, son.
He was good.
Finally gets out there and like he was just, it was nice too. And I thought about this real quick. I'm like thinking, well, it's nice that he can get out there real quick, take some good deep breaths, wait for her to get there,
Huge
then get up
lungs.
under. Right.
Huge
lungs.
lungs.
But it gave him the opportunity to sit back, take some good deep breaths. And he might have been thinking that too. He really might have been. Where it's like, hey, listen, like I got to wait on her anyhow before I can dive. Let's go ahead and take some good old deep breaths.
Yep.
Get ready to get down there. He went down there and slammed those things.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
And so that's what the challenge was too, where you swam out. What is that? I mean, 75 feet, 50 feet?
It was out
It's a
there.
would
good
you say
50
that?
yards. I'd say yards
Yeah,
would be
50
better.
yards.
I
So
would
it'd
say
be-
50,
it'd be-
60 yards out there.
It'd be close,
bet.
right? Close to
75
90.
maybe.
Enough to where you're
have
clearing
to
the
Close
beach
to
so
90
you can't.
feet.
It's deep enough so you can't touch the bottom.
It was 75 to 90 feet out there.
Yeah.
No
let's
way.
just
More
say.
feet. It's yards.
It's
I'm
got to
saying
be high
meters.
tide too. That sand didn't look wet at all. Whenever they do that.
ran. I bet
Judging
you
by the distance, it
30,
was
40
probably
yards.
judging by the distance, it was somewhere around 90 feet. I would go with.
Yeah, yeah,
But-
90 feet. That's
So you-
30 yards.
yeah. About
So you
30,
ran
40
out
yards.
Yeah, around that. But they swam out there, and of course half of it, Scott was able to run.
Yeah.
So he ran out there, and like I said, if he thought about it, and I would assume that he may have, thinking, go ahead, get some deep breaths, dive down and get that stuff, and then he did. He basically did phase one of that challenge
He absolutely
by
did.
himself.
He
Yeah.
did.
But
Yep.
the only thing that really happened that may have given him a little bit of an advantage is waiting for his partner to get there,
Audrey.
to dive.
Oh, yeah.
So
She was
Still didn't.
jeez.
It still didn't affect them because they got back a lot sooner. And then you had Ty and Joe, which
doing the knots.
they did the knots and hung the fish.
Right
They
away.
carried it over.
They did, yeah.
Still dominated. Started the puzzle before the blue
Because
tribe.
that one chick was Sydney. Who was that other white chick with the yellow panties?
Audrey or something.
No,
Yeah.
Aubrey.
no.
Wasn't her?
Aubrey's the brains chick with
Yeah.
Scott. But that one chick, she was dropping the
Michelle.
bar. Yeah, Michelle, and they were slowing up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they still had advantage on with Ty and Joe.
Right.
They were still trucking it.
And by the time they got to the puzzle, It was Peter.
So Peter could have blown it.
Peter did blow it.
He could have blown it, but I still think the producers would have put him like saying like we did blow it, like I wanted to slow it down.
Right.
Like I think something would have come of it, like we would have known about
Maybe
it.
he didn't talk about it again because he already completed the test. There's no point in talking about. I don't know.
I mean, they did not get very far on that puzzle.
Listen, when Peter was at Tribal and Jeff was asking him questions, and he was like 100% sure that he's not going home.
Yeah, they should have
He
voted
is
for
so
him.
far.
He was close to going home
Yes,
too.
he
Like
is.
he really
Yeah.
was. I mean, that was the
Yes,
thing
he's
too. He
completely
really didn't
clueless, and
realize.
that's what Jeff is talking to him
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if he goes back to after they lose the challenge. I don't even know if he goes back, and even that's even a thought in his head that we threw the challenge and that was my idea.
No.
Think
And
he
it's
already-
not. No, he's already past that.
He's already-
not.
yeah.
He's
That-
not a big thinker.
We threw
as
that
smart as he
challenge,
is,
and it was my idea, and now I'm talking about who we're getting rid of.
he's got to be a pretty decently smart guy. I mean, he's a doctor.
Oh yeah.
But he only knows probably that. You know what I mean? Where Debbie, very impressive player. And the funny thing about Debbie, and I don't know if anybody else has actually noticed this, but every time, they show the character, they give the name, and they have usually the occupation or whatever. It has said, I don't know how many different things.
Oh, really?
Under her.
I haven't noticed that.
It's said.
That's fantastic.
It's funny, too,
Personal
because
trainer?
it says, personal trainer, chemist,
Yeah.
Electronics professional, like all kinds of crazy
Astronaut,
stuff. Like,
Martian.
right, just
Like
it's absolutely ridiculous. But
she's
a
all over
smart-
the place.
She is. She's a smart
Sailor.
Yeah, sailor,
Yeah, right, yeah.
NFL football player. I mean, like, she's done it
The
all.
the list goes on. Right, it's
That's
just
funny.
It's amazing with her. But
Super mom.
It was funny though when we got the tribal though. It was funny to watch it go because you really didn't know exactly how it would go. Like you were thinking, well, maybe it'll tie, right? Like maybe Scott will go with, but you knew that might be a dead giveaway. So you're thinking there's a possibility that Scott say, hey, I want Peter out also.
Yeah,
I'm going to vote for
yeah.
Peter. It's going to be a tie. We'll see what happens, right? I thought, that could be a possible scenario. Obviously, Scott, like I said, he's a thinker. The guy went in. He's like, listen, I'm going to stick with these guys.
Right.
I'm down with Ty. And he's in it. He's not worried about Ty. He's not worried about Anna.
Oh, he's playing
He's
the
worried
game.
about Scott.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's playing the game.
He straight up made the smart move, went ahead, voted for Anna, dealt with that, and now he's still got.
Ty voted for Anna.
I don't think Ty voted.
No, he
for
did.
Anna.
He
Yeah,
voted
he
for
did.
Anna.
You think so?
Yeah, he
they
did.
showed the votes
Yeah,
at the
he
end. Ty
did.
voted for Anna.
Ty voted.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's because Scott.
I missed that part. but
Scott
that's-
convinced him
Yeah.
to do it.
So
Scott
that's- she's going
convinced
home.
him for sure
That's
to do
impressive.
that.
So did they read all the votes?
They
no,
just
they
showed
didn't.
them at the
they
end.
made it. They made it to the fourth vote. No, all the votes were. How many votes?
They
did
made it to the fifth vote.
the fifth vote.
Yeah, because
Okay.
4 went to Anna.
Because I wasn't. I didn't see that part, so I must have. I don't
Yeah,
know where
they-
I was. I missed that part, but
You got to see the cards, Charlie.
yeah,
You
well,
gotta
right.
see
I know, I
this.
gotta pay
The
more
best
attention to that,
part.
But they
I-
showed Ty showed
I-
up Anna.
Yeah,
I
with
just-
the
yeah,
sad
that's-
face, with that little sad
yeah, well,
face.
you're right.
thing
Yeah,
he drew
yeah, I
on
would
there.
imagine so. Like he but you know what? I mean, Ty
she's not gonna,
is.
she's not
Ty
going to be
is-
in the. She's not going to be in the jury, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, at
She's
this
gone.
point, yeah. Who
Whatever.
gives a-
Ty is what he is. He's looking out for his guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's looking for.
I think
looking out for
Scott
himself.
is the
got his-
mastermind of
He's
this.
got his boy. Well, he is for sure.
He
Scott's-
knows.
Scott's
He knows.
definitely got-
He's the only one
and
that
he-
knows two people
he
that have
does.
idols
He
that
does.
somehow come together and create some super idol, and somehow he thinks it's going to get played for him.
Well, you know why it could?
Maybe.
You know why it could though? Because if he's super tight with Ty, and he's super tight with Jason,
He can bring the two of
he
them
can
together.
he can
and say,
bring
hey,
he can bring those three together and say, listen, we can make it to the final three guaranteed.
That's true.
Let's
Yeah.
play
Final
let's-
three right there.
Let's
Let's
play
play the
this.
Super
That's a
Idol.
good
let's,
final three.
Let's keep this going, and see how far we can get. Now, once that Super Idol's gone, it's probably game over. You might see them split or whatever.
they might be
happens.
That's
able to
their
keep that
bond.
super-
You're right, Charlie. That's their bond.
But that could be their bond. That could
Once
be
that's played,
the
Charlie's
glue.
right. I think you're right. Once that's
That
played,
could be the glue that holds that
it's
team
over.
together. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once it's played, who cares? All right. Well, the idol's gone, and all three of us are still here. So it's kind of every man for himself. But who knows how far they'll make it together?
Yeah.
Those three, knowing because eventually it's going to boil down to the fact that everybody's going to know that Scott and Ty and Jason are together. It's gonna come out eventually if Scott takes it that far, and I think he will. I
If
mean,
they
why
make
wouldn't
it to
he?
the merge.
Well,
Why
If
wouldn't
they
he?
make
wait
it
a
to the
second.
merge.
Ty might not like Jason, vice versa. I don't think I see Ty getting along with Jason very well at this point.
I think
I
since
don't
they
think.
both.
I don't think Ty.
I don't
Ty
think
doesn't
it
like
matters.
Peter right now.
I don't think Ty could not get along with anybody. I mean, I think that guy could get along with anybody that you could pair
Well,
him
I
up
think
with. I really
Jason's
do.
going to like Ty because he's non-threatening and he's got an idol, and we got a super idol now. So
And Ty's
because he's going to accept Ty, Ty's going to like him. Ty just
Well-
didn't like Peter because Peter's a dick.
yeah. That's
mean-
surprising because he has one, and Ty likes those type of people.
Well, right, but Peter is he's arrogant. You know?
I thought
And
he was gonna. I thought
Scott's
Ty
his guy,
was.
though.
I thought Ty was gonna switch colors and go for the chocolate a little bit and go with Peter because he was a built dude. He looks
Right.
pretty good. I thought Ty was gonna
Well,
start
he
snuggling
tried.
up against
He did.
him.
You saw that right before the commercial.
He pushed
break.
him away.
No, they're
Yeah.
all laying in the.
Peter's
tent.
like, "Get away from me!"
Yeah, Ty goes in and snuggles in between the two, and then
Yeah.
they show the camera view and they show Peter like scooching a
Yeah. Oh,
couple
yeah.
people away.
Getting
See,
away
we
from
see
him.
it all,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
This whole
We
crew,
notice
we
everything.
see it.
Get
we
every
see it.
We
little
don't
bit
miss
right.
anything.
Survivor
Not a-
Nation, we see it all, baby.
We got it all on lockdown.
Oh
right?
yeah.
True
Oh
that.
yeah.
So obviously we see who going home next.
Right.
That's I mean
Yeah, well, Anna's
Peter's
gone,
on that
so-
list. Peter is on the list of next people to
Well,
be
they
gone.
show- they
Anna's
show-
definitely. I mean, her game is obviously done at the end of this
Next
episode.
time on Survivor,
And that's the thing too.
they show Joe and Peter.
We got
Joe and Peter.
Joe and
Oh,
Peter,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Joe-
So
Buttonheads.
they're getting
Yeah.
at it. Absolutely right. So that's pretty important
I'm
in
worried
itself,
for my
right
boy
there.
Joe.
I'm
Yeah,
not worried for Joe at all. Peter's.
How many
I'm
times have
worried
we
for
said?
Peter.
How many times have we heard people go, "I worked for the FBI. I was a cop. I know when people
Right,
are lying
right,
to me,"
right.
and then they get voted off. I think Joe's in trouble. I think
don't-
Joe
you
big
think so?
time. Peter could sway the vote. I think so. He'll convince him he's an old fart, and they'll get rid
I
of
think
him.
You know what
Aubrey doesn't like Peter.
And that's the thing
She's,
too.
she's
No,
more with
yeah.
Joe.
I don't
You're right.
think a lot
You're
of
right.
people. I don't think a lot of people like Peter, and I think Peter is in big trouble, especially
is.
if Joe starts freaking out about it. And don't forget, even though Joe and Debbie are still tight. I don't care. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah,
I mean they're
they
real
need
close.
to get back together.
And now
will.
Debbie, she's going for Nick too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next part. And Nick, another smart guy. I look at that guy there, and he seems like he's pretty intelligent too. But Debbie's looking at him, and he's some Roman god. She's real excited to have him as
yeah.
part of the team now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be
she
another
better
thing
get
that
to him
plays
before
out.
Ty does.
You're right. I mean that's not a joke.
Don't
right
want
there.
sloppy seconds on that.
Wait,
Uh-uh.
Debbie wants Nick? No, Debbie doesn't want Nick on her
Debbie
tribe.
was
next-
talking
Debbie
to
and
Nick on
Nick.
the next episode.
Next
thingy.
episode, yeah. Next
Oh.
episode.
Yeah,
she
Oh,
loves
really? I
him.
missed
was
that.
like
She loves him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but she
Oh,
also,
she's
So
done with
on
Joe.
him-
She wants to, have a heat stroke underneath Nick.
Oh,
but
without
she's
a doubt.
already,
Yeah, for sure.
Debbie's already got. She's piling up with Neil because they're the only two brain people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
And she's already
Yeah.
piled up with.
Yeah.
with
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm saying she's
sure.
gonna. This is gonna
she's
catch
in
up
trouble.
to her.
Yeah, she's piling up with everybody.
I think this is gonna catch up with her.
If she isn't careful about what she says, but I don't think she's said anything so
I
far.
don't either. I think she's
I don't
just
think
telling
she's-
everybody that she likes them all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
she
think
likes
she's.
everybody.
She
I
seemed
don't
pretty
think she's-
convincing to the Brawn people, Sydney, and she was really
She
on
was.
Sydney hardcore.
She was.
And then she went to Jason.
Sure, right.
And in my opinion, she made alliances with those people.
She's made alliances.
That's an alliance.
all around that.
That catches up to you.
It does
That
catch up to
definitely
you.
catches up to you.
She hasn't made any promises. She
No,
hasn't. Said,
she's
she's
doing
just
just fine.
She's
I
just got along.
Would you agree that
and
what
she
said?
and
she'll
she has
make the merge.
she has made a certain amount of manipulation on a couple people where she knows what they're coming from and what they want to do.
Right.
She has an understanding of people. I don't think she's overextended herself
Not
at
at
this
all.
point.
Not at all.
She's a
Oh,
smart
I
girl.
disagree. I
she's
think
a
she
smart
did.
girl.
I think she talked too much this week. I think
I
she.
don't know.
Because in my
It
opinion,
looked like that a couple
what
weeks ago
she
when she
did-
was juggling
yeah,
balls. The
what-
next week she's
And
making
then
moves.
remember again, this is merge week.
Yeah.
Not a lot is going to be remembered specifically. This is a new situation, new people.
Right.
And next episode, it's going to be exciting to see what the development is
Yeah.
after 3 days. Once those 3 days go by,
Mm-hmm.
those people are going to be, there's going to be you're going to see alliances start to form a little differently.
Yeah.
You're going to see other people that are from the other tribe being talked about by the other tribe. You know, things are going to start to happen where it's like, hey, I got this guy over here. Like, I really want you part of this. And that guy over there, once we, you know, like, they're going to start talking Final Fours and that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's going to get more exciting to where, you know, the individuality is going to boil. It's coming pretty soon. I like the merge, and it's gonna draw out.
We're only going to have a couple people.
We got like maybe
outed.
what? 3, well, how many? We got
Maybe-
13. 13, now 12.
So 5 more
We've
people.
got 12 people.
So we need to go down
5
to 10
more.
before we go to jury?
It could be 8.
10.
It could
It's
be
10 for the jury, right? 10?
They
10
could have
before we
9
go to
for the
main
jury. They
merge?
could have.
No, there's always a certain amount of jury members.
Is
You
it
think?
8 or 10? I thought it was 8. Maybe it's only 10.
It
Maybe
could
maybe
be
maybe
8.
it is as much as 10.
It
But I do
could be
know
8.
for sure that pretty soon this is going to be an individual game.
Listen,
Yeah.
we've had 3 people.
And the
on-
next episode is really going to tell us a good story about where the direction of these individuals lie in their alliance. And we can see right now one of the strongest teams, I believe, at this point in time is going to be Scott and Ty, for sure.
Oh.
Because Scott is
Right.
he's gonna bring Jason along, and you know, we'll
He
see.
brings Sydney.
And Sydney's right there with him for
Yep.
sure. I
And
would
then
agree
you have
with
4
that.
right there. You'll have 4, Charlie. You'll have Ty, Scott, Jason, and Sydney.
And so the Brawn tribe end up being the underdogs at the beginning.
Yeah.
May be able to pull
the
this out. at the
minorities
end.
always filter
May be able
in.
to pull this out
They
at the end.
always get it.
Right. They might be able to
always
drag
get
this
it.
out in the end. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be an evolution to see how the development actually takes place. It's going to be an exciting episode.
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
a long
Oh,
way
yeah.
away.
So it's
We're a long
We got
way
a
away.
while to go
Yeah.
here. This will be good. This is great, and I love to see the same tribes that started
It's gonna be
together
good.
still
It's gonna be
keeping
good.
those alliances strong. That's very cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right
I would
there.
say we'll lose 2 more people and then merge.
Yeah, we need that merge big time. Hopefully a 2-hour.
We'll probably lose 2 people and merge.
I would agree. Yeah,
two-
it's going to
We
be
got
2
12
more.
right now.
That'll put us down to 10.
Yeah.
And we'll have 8 or 7 on a jury, because sometimes they keep 3 around. They always keep that 3.
Sometimes
Last
3,
season we had
sometimes
3.
2.
I'd like to see 2. I
Right.
would love to
Awesome.
see
Right,
2.
right.
And then it would be cool if they both got the same amount of votes to win the million, and we had a fire challenge live in the studio.
Oh, that would be ridiculous.
That would be awesome. I
That'd
don't
be-
know if that would be
awesome.
under
That would
code,
be
but
awesome.
that would
Yeah,
be epic.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Phew.
Ty would win that.
Well, there it is, guys. We will we'll see you again next week. It'll be episode 6, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to see the development of things happen, and it'll be a fun time.
Leave
So,
comments.
for
Leave
sure.
comments.
Yeah, join us again here next week, guys. Leave comments. I mean, maybe we should mention this at the beginning of the video next time, but seriously, like, comment, subscribe. We
Like,
post,
comment about Lance's hair
We're-
tonight.
we're
It
here
looks
every
terrible.
week.
I don't know what he's doing
We're here,
with
we're
that.
here every week, you know.
My hair,
So
fuck.
you can't.
getting a
You
haircut
don't.
next
You don't. You don't want to miss out. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us here. We'll talk to you later.